One.
But stop! What light does yonder window bring? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Oh, eyes, pale sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. That thou were made of former fair, and she be not a maid, since she is envious. Her vesture livery is but sick and clean, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. Oh, it is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she wore. She speaks yet. She says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not of me she speaks, two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in her spheres so they were torn. What if her eyes were out, they in her head, then the brightness of her spheres would shame those stars as daylight thoughts a lamp for eyes in heaven with through the airy region stream so bright birds would sing and think it not night. See how she rests her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I wore a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
I mean.
She speaks! Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being over my head, as is a wing the messenger of heaven, unto the right upon the wondering eyes of mortals, when they fall back to gaze on him, when he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds, and sails upon the bosom of the air.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I will no longer be a Catholic.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
This but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand nor foot, nor arm nor face. Oh, be some other name, belonging to a man. What's any name, that which we call a rose? By any other word would smell sweet. Oh, Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without that title, Romeo, doth thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou, that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, they'll sing, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I a witten, I would tear the world.
My ears have yet not drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither for me, if either thee is like.
How canst thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place deck, concerning who thou art, if any of my kinsmen saw thee here.
For stony limits cannot hold love out. With love's light wings I did overpoach these walls. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of your swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have nice cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate, than death procured, wanting of thy love.
By whose directions foundest thou this place?
My love, at first did prompt me to inquire. He let me counsel, and I let him eyes. I am no pilot, yet with thou is far. As that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I should adventure for such merchandise.
Else thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else sweaty maiden blush bepaint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell in form. Fain deny. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. And lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I will frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou will woo, but else, not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, fair Montague, I will prove more true than those who are more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest, ere I was ware, my true love passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
A brief intermission.
Blessed moon, I vow, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconsistent moon, that monthly changes in her circle, Lord, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
My heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be. Ere one can say it lightens. Good night, sweet good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. A sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, if thou leave me so unsatisfied.
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
Exchange of thy most faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would to give it again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Juliet! Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard, being a knight. All this is but a dream. Too flattering, sweet, to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, then send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee to seize thy strike, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So dark my soul,
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse, to want thy light. Love goes toward love, schoolboys from their books, but love from love, toward school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse, it may not speak aloud, else I would tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy throat more hoarse than mine, with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My sweet,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail, 'tis 20 year till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And now still stay, to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird, that lets it hop a little from his hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread plucks it back again, so loving, jealous of its liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I shall kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were asleep in peace, so sweet to rest. Hence, will I to my ghostly fire's close cell, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell. See.